ain't got no money and everybody else is selling dope, you want to sell dope to make some money. I tried that one time. It was not good. Bro, I swear to God, it was the worst. I was the worst drug dealer of all time. Bro, I was 16 years old. We made fake drugs.
Oh, that's not a good start.
It's bad.
That's really to get you shot.
Dude, I give it to the guy. He realized it was fake. Start chasing me. He caught me. He was fast. I gave him the money back. I was like, shit, it's a bad product, man. Here you go. Last time I ever tried that. I was so scared, though, that this dude was going to hurt me. Because I was a kid. I was a state champion wrestler. I'm like, what am I doing here? Yeah. But I fell into the trap. So imagine other people, they fall into the trap. When you ain't got nothing, it's easy to think that easy way is the way you want to take. So I try to make sure that I give back. I try to show the kids the way to do things. It ain't easy, man. It's hard to stay in the court.
I don't believe this is going to be John's last fight. I don't believe there's a scenario that John Jones does not fight Tom Aspinall. I believe if John beats Stipe, he draws right into Tom Aspinall and doesn't flinch. But I know for sure if John loses to Stipe, John is going to draw right into Tom Aspinall and he's not even going to flinch. In fact, it's going to be John's idea. I think there's multiple reasons for that. But how you're remembered in something that you contributed so much to, you would like to be remembered. That's reasonable. That's human nature. And John, while maybe he is super, maybe he is special, at a skill compared to other human beings, he is still a human being. Mark my words, you will see John in the octagon with Tom Aspinall.
In podcast, you also said that Paddy Pimblett is easy money, Dan Hooker is also easy money, Charles Oliveira, not so easy. What about Benoit Saint-Denis?
Yeah, definitely Benoit Saint-Denis is not easy money, and that's why he's in a position that he is right now. We're fighting in France, right? UFC knows his value, but I'm here to prove I'm better than him. I'm here to beat him.
I think that this kid is as dangerous for him as anyone he's ever been in there with, partly because that's not his weight class. If he's at 205, I bet if he's weighing 215, he would fight Tom Aspinall better than him weighing 245 pounds.
Yeah, I
220 in his 205 frame, right. He could fight Tom Aspinall better than he'd fight him at that 250, because while he didn't last long with Cyril, he didn't look as fast. He didn't look as...
He carried more weight now.
He carried more weight. And Cyril just did some weird stuff. And John, you don't make mistakes against John.
Suffering sanctuary nights. It's just me. It's so quiet. Nobody's watching. I just installed a mirror here so I can watch myself on this bike, look myself in the eyes and say, hey boy, you got another gear. Get frigid in the cold plunge, flood the body with oxygen. There's nothing better than the solitude of a man's thoughts while he knows he's getting better. See you at the top.
In my life lately, I'm just trying to get back to training.
Khalil has already said, and people say this and then we see what happens in the fight, but he's like, I'm not going to shoot a takedown on him. Like, I picture this fight and I see two guys standing in front of one another and not really maybe throwing a ton of combinations, but throwing dangerous sniping shots at one another. Like, is it as simple as that? Like, that's the fight?
In a nutshell, yes. I believe, honestly, my gut, I think Pereira shoots on Khalil. I think he's the one that breaks game first and shoots on Khalil to try to get that takedown. Because that's actually something he's done. I mean, we ain't shooting over here, I can tell you that. Like, Khalil can. It's not like we don't train MMA. It's not like he doesn't train wrestling defense, all these things. I'm always very big on, you better know how to do something to be able to stop something. So if you've never shot a double leg, how the hell are you going to know how to stop it, what it is, what's coming at you?
Actually, Goggins messaged me and he was like, I never said I was a brother. I said I was a SEAL. And I'm like, that makes it worse. So pretty much you're saying that like you definitely were a SEAL, but you didn't get along with any of your buddies who are also SEALs doing like that's even more cringy. Goggins, like, dude, I'm a comedian, bro. Like why do you, like, I make fun of you because you're a weirdo and like you live in this fictional world.
I think there's two narratives to Goggins. It's like he is a motivational factor for certain, demographics of people. But then on the side of, like, from what people have said that I know that were in the teams, that he just wasn't a good team guy. I don't know. I wasn't there either, so I couldn't tell you.
What I'm saying though, Goggins, is I would beat the out of you so bad.
I actually asked Errol Spence about this. I asked him if the boxing people would take that formula you guys have with having all the guys under one promotion. Would that be the best thing for boxing? He said yes, as long as all the right people are involved. So is that what you envision in your project, eventually one day having all the best boxers under one umbrella sort of thing?
Well, it's not like that hasn't been done before. I mean, there have been dominant promoters before that have had most of the talent locked up. But listen, I think if you asked anybody, and even if you asked yourselves, the UFC model works. It works.
The Gregor Gillespie head kick knockout in 2019 at UFC 244. I visually have not seen very many knockouts like that. What was it like for you to land what I think is one of the more vicious head kick knockouts we've ever seen in UFC history?
Yeah, that was insane. That was an insane moment. You go through this sport for so long. That's what it's really about, is the experiences. And that experience alone kind of trumps all of the other ones that I've ever had. Being on that stage at that time, fighting that opponent in front of that crowd, it's very hard to duplicate that. But I'm looking to return to that form. I think that time period was the best, and I'm looking to return to that.
Please, no more French manicures. I plead with you. It's too cringy. Crying face emoji.
Why you gotta make an announcement you ain't gay? If people say you gay, whatever. I don't think you need to make an announcement. I wore pink a lot of my career, and people be like, hey, Cam is gay, Cam is gay. And I'll be like, bring your mother around and see what happens if you bring your mother around or your sister. Let's see how gay I am. I don't need to make an announcement that I'm not gay.
Doesn't that make you gay?
What do you mean, doesn't that make me gay? I am male and attracted to a female.
So who is gay?
Oh no!